and it's their intrinsic
nature. This food basically robs.
Sound feasible, sound like have you. They didn't have that doctrine. That doctrine called Islam did not exist until after this war. So one, if you just ended this war, why would you then go and use these prophets in your new doctrine that we know you just came up with? Why would you use them in your doctrine? And two, why would Rome allow you to do so? Why would Rome allow you to use their deities, to use their prophets in your doctrine after this war just ended? Now, common sense again would tell you that, this whole thing was planned out. This was the agreement at the end of the war with the whole status quo ante-bellum. I'm not even going to get into the whole thing because I put out 2 videos on this already. So this is just quick to the point. So people don't have to sit through the long video if you really want to get this information, if you are a Muslim. And as I said, I'm not here trying to, say I told you so or anything like that. It's the truth. It's the facts. And I'm trying to wake people up so you can understand what has taken place. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Go do the research your own self. Use common sense. 700-year-long war. It ends. All of a sudden we get Islam. And then you look at the fact that they're using the same prophets as the Bible, as the Romans who they just got finished fighting against. What sense does that make? Then you have to ask yourself the question, and this is a very straightforward question that I never can get an answer to, of course, because it basically just kills everything. One, if you believe in this God, this Allah, and Islam, and you believe Islam is the one true religion, it is the master religion, all the stuff that Muslims say, then ask yourself, why the hell did Allah allow, or your God allow, Judaism and Christianity to basically reign for over 1,000 years before he finally says, okay, here goes the true religion with Islam, and I'm going to use basically the same prophets in Christianity. It doesn't make sense. You have to be born in a third world country to believe such bullshit. And this is why this religion was revealed in a third world country, because anybody that have any kind of knowledge or access to books will have clearly identified this stuff and saw what it was. The Crusades was about wiping out people who tried to point this stuff out. And that's what they did. And, it's common sense. As I talked about in the video, how the Knights Templar basically refuse to go and kill the Muslims. And I talked about this in the last video on Islam. They refuse to kill the Muslims. Why is that? And I got into the whole thing about the Shriners and about the KKK and Islam. The videos I put out on Islam is so damning to the religion. And I can understand why people cannot sit through them, because it's killer. And to me, and with no disrespect to me, I always felt like, Islam would be the easiest one for people to come around. You know what? It really is. I think it seems like I get more Muslims, accepting the information than Christians. Because to me, just by the simple facts that I just stated, when people see that, they step back and look at it differently and say, you know what? This is kind of crazy. I need to, really look into this stuff. But this is all proven facts, people, that you can go look for yourself. Just use your brain, common sense. You have the Pope kissing the Quran. You have the Pope constantly meeting with Islamic leaders. Every time you look over there in a lot of these Arab countries, a lot of these places in the Middle East, you always see, the Catholic Church and the mosque go hand in hand. Right next door to each other in some places. So, it's something that even if you had doubt, it's not far-fetched. Not far-fetched enough for you to go and research for yourself. As I always tell you, I'm not pushing nothing on anybody. I'm telling people facts. These are the facts for you to go and research for yourself. If you don't want to accept them, don't come here talking all this crap because you don't want to accept them. Come here with proof, with facts. If you can prove your religion, then do so. If you only have faith, then, keep your faith. You have no facts. And if you want to stand on faith alone, then, that's up to you. That's something for you to deal with. And, as I always say, people only hurt themselves with their ego. You want to sit there and accept the truth and not accept the truth because you're mad, or you don't want to accept the facts because you're upset, then, that's on you. It's not going to hurt me in any way. My goal is to wake black people up and get them to understand there is no magical mystery man out there that's going to save us. You need to save yourself. You need to, look out for your family, look out for the people who you care about. Only you is going to change anything. And that's just common damn sense. I don't care how much you get on your knees. I don't care if you pray 5 times a day or make voodoo or any kind of ritual that you want to do. Nothing is going to change unless you make it change yourself, period. And that's just something we all know. I know people who are Muslims who live good, who live a good life because they work. And I watch them have to basically, put their religion to the side in order to punch a clock. They can't dress the way they want to dress. They can't pray when they want to pray because they have to basically conform to the position in order to survive. What does that tell you? If you're praying 5 times a day and you're doing all these things, and I don't know what you're praying for, if you're praying for materials or not. I mean, what is the point of, dedicating your life? Like I said, you only get one chance. You get one shot on this planet as you are right now. Why would you, put so much time into something that largely takes away from your one experience on this planet? And now you have to think a certain way because of this religion. You have to act a certain way and do certain things because you are conforming to a religion that is not going to do anything for you. And as I was talking about in the last video, when I was talking about people leaving the church, I'm not going to knock anybody who the religion is working for. If you are doing good because you follow this religion, then that's all well and good. But you need to understand that it's you and not the religion. It's because you decided to do the right thing and you decided to work hard. And if that's the case, that it's the religion, then how come it's working for you and not, for other people? So now I know people like to stick to their holy books. They don't want to believe nothing outside their holy books. And that's a problem, of course, because then you're stuck. You're stuck in that book, and that's what you have to bang with. That's what you got to ride with. You got to ride with that book. That's it. And that's crazy because then you have to ask yourself the question, or you will have to prove that the book is proven in order to get anybody to accept the book. And this is what you cannot do with Islam or Christianity or Judaism. You can't prove the book is true. You cannot. It's not proven. Like, as I always say, it's not based on proven history, which is why it requires faith. And everybody knows this. So you have to accept that. And if you want to stand on that and say that, I don't care. I want to accept this book for the way that it is, and I don't care about nothing outside the book. Boom. There it is. That's what it is. So you accept that. You can't then go and argue with a person who can accept that and who has proof against the book. And this is what I'm seeing. So, I get people who come here, they can't accept the truth. They won't even watch the whole video. They'll skim through it and try to pick out some stuff that they think I'm wrong on and, leave their comments or what have you. But they never tackled the major question. Who cares? Prove the religion, prove what I'm saying is wrong. It's just, people criticize, but they can't prove. And we find this in Christianity. We find this, with religious people. And it's just something that I have learned over the years, to accept and deal with because I've been dealing with it for years. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because, I have Muslim friends and I talked to a couple of people who was talking about Islam, a few hours ago before I started doing this video. And it's a lot of people who are actually, reconsidering their choice, but they are scared to come out of Islam because Now, I remember in high school, man, if you messed with somebody who was Muslim, that was it. It was curtains. You got beat down by a bunch of people and Muslims. And a lot of people are scared of the backlash. They scared of, everything that goes with leaving a religion. And I know most of you can relate to that. Any of you who are leaving Christianity, all the ridicule, the video I just made was talking about that a little bit. We can understand that. And it's tough, even if you are thinking about leaving a religion, to start speaking to people about the facts that you have uncovered as to why you want to leave the religion. And when you start talking about these things, Muslims can look at it as, well, wait a minute, this is like, what are you doing? Why are you even listening to this stuff? What are you reading? You know what I'm saying? They look at it as something that's real wrong and negative against the religion and probably disrespectful, as well. So it's tough. So, this is something that, people got to just decide to do on their own. And I was giving some advice to a friend about, what to do in this situation. And sometimes you just got to be real. You got to do what's best for you. And if you feel like a religion is holding you back from something, or you're not feeling it, it's not something that you want to do, and you feel, I had a lot of Muslims who came out of Islam tell me they felt stupid, for being in it. When they find out the truth, it's like, oh my God, I feel so stupid, all the praying and everything I was doing and really thinking and stuff. They felt some type of way about it. And yeah, I felt the same way with Christianity, but it is what it is. We've all been fooled. We've been duped. Good. And the good thing is you found the truth and you coming out of it. As the Bible says, know the truth and it shall make you free. And it's in there for a reason, because that is the truth. Once you understand and know it, you will free yourself from the whole burden of, guilt, and this is what people have killed. Oh my God, I sinned against the Bible. I'm not going to get this raise at my job. I'm going to get shot when I walk out the door. I'm going to end up losing all my money. I'm going to be poor. And they feel like, the protection and blessings from their God has left them because they sinned. So they go run a church and they put a bunch of money in collection plate, or they repent and all kinds of stuff like that. And they still keep doing the same stuff because they don't realize their subconscious is not going to allow them to truly follow a religion that the subconscious has already decoded and said to itself that it's bullshit. It's no way I'm going to let you live truly by this religion, because your subconscious knows already what you don't know, that it's bogus. And this is why you can't truly follow the religion. So I get so many people who fake it. Better safe than sorry. Just hoping that, something happens good for them. So now there are some things that Muslims can look at that's real clear, that's undeniable as far as researching their religion. It's just some things you're going to find. It's just going to lead you on a whole journey of figuring out the truth. And, one of the first things is the whole simple fact that the Quran, as I talk about, was revealed to Muhammad in Arabic. And when you look at the time that Muhammad lived, there was no Arabic. It just didn't exist. So as I talk about, you can look at many other languages and many other peoples, ancient peoples, and even people in the AD era, and you will find their writings. You will find paintings with the writings on it, books. People wrote, of course, manuscripts or what have you, but you cannot find any Arabic writing or Arabic paintings with Arabic written on it before, or I should say during the life of Muhammad. We didn't really start getting Arabic, as everybody know, when Abdul Malik came and started forcing it on the people. So how could he speak the Quran to people, to the scribes in Arabic, and have them write it down, when there's no way they could have known the Arabic language because it wasn't around. Nobody knew it. So this is just one of the small things you can look into for yourself and say, well, wait a minute, that is kind of weird. Now, another thing is, as I talk about, we know Hebrew was created for Judaism, English for Christianity, and Arabic for the Islamic religion. So the thing is, why? Why did they have to create Arabic? And that is to hide the true origin of Islam, which is Christianity, is Judaism. And when you go back and start looking at a lot of the Islamic words and terms, as I talked about in the video, it all goes back to Judeo-Christian origins. And it's just, you cannot miss it. I mean, you can't miss it. We know in the Peshitta, when you look in the Peshitta, which is basically the Syriac Orthodox, Bible, you might as well say, we know that Muhammad simply means a person worthy of praise. They call Jesus a Muhammad in the Peshitta.